What's the best way to get your vitamin D? The best way to get your vitamin D is from the sun. And I would recommend that people get at least 10 to 15 minutes of arm, leg, and body exposure of sunlight 2 to 4 times a week. And when you go outside, it would be wise to make sure that you're actually getting those UVB rays. Now you can find out from the U.S. Naval Observatory by putting in your location where you live and looking at if the sun is 50 degrees or whatever higher, that you will actually get that UVB rays. And usually that's between 10 and 1 o'clock is usually when you're able to get those UVB rays so that your body can make the vitamin D. Now, if you expose yourself to 10-15 minutes of sunlight during that time where you can get UVB rays, your body can actually produce like 10 to 20,000 IU, I read, of vitamin D3, and it'll be stored in your body. So, I mean, that's a lot of vitamin D, and that's usually the best way to get your vitamin D3 is from natural sunlight. Now, if you live more northern and you can't get sunlight, then the next best thing is trying to get your vitamin D from whole foods. So that's why like fermented cod liver oil or cod liver oil, fatty fish, those foods are rich in vitamin D3. That's more or less how the Eskimos get their vitamin D. Okay, they get it from their diet, and they know the importance of that. So, and if that's not enough to get your vitamin D levels high, then of course supplementation, which is the least natural way to get your vitamin D. So the best way is sunlight, next best is your food, and if you can't do that, then I'd recommend supplement. But I don't recommend tanning beds. After doing some research, tanning beds, whether you want to call it safe tanning bed or just plain old tanning bed, it'll cause premature aging of your skin. And I know some people may disagree with that, but I have done some research and looked into this, and I really wouldn't recommend people getting tanning beds. That's something that we created, through our technology. It's not natural, and I don't care how much you want to argue over that. A tanning bed is just not a natural thing. It's like subjecting yourself to something that's not really proven to be safe, and that's the facts. And Dr. Oz had Dr. Mercola on his show not too long ago when they talked about tanning beds. And, whether Mercola says it's safe or not doesn't mean that it is. Mercola also says that it's bad to consume more than 15 grams of fructose a day from whole fruit. Now, if someone's going to say that, I'm not really going to listen much to what they have to say. Doesn't mean Mercola's wrong about everything, because clearly he's got some good points, but when someone goes that far, that's really when I stop listening to people, because that's like telling people what they cannot do. You create a box, and you basically put somebody in a box and say, you can't eat more than this amount of fruit, and if you do, you're going to be unhealthy. It's like people saying, never eat oil, like Dr. Colby Usseltine. Never eat oil. No oil. No oil. No oil. And yet, Jean Calment didn't listen to him, because I don't even think he was alive back then, but she went ahead and used olive oil, and guess what? She lived to be 123. Did she die of heart disease? I don't think so. So, olive oil is mentioned in the Bible. Lamb is mentioned in the Bible. Eggs are mentioned in the Bible. Fish is mentioned in the Bible. Jesus ate fish. Eggs, land of milk and honey. All these foods that supposedly the experts say are so bad for you actually nourished people for thousands of years. And they didn't have all the diseases that people have today. So, surely if we had to have had tanning beds to get our vitamin D. I'm sure God would have created and gave us tanning beds, but certainly that's not the case. We can get natural vitamin D from the sun. It's the best place to get it in the first place. So, don't be misled, and don't give your money to crooks that just want to rob you of money. Okay? Somebody's telling you not to eat fruit, not to eat whole foods, and yet sells a dozen supplements. There's something fishy about that, in my opinion. And it doesn't take a rocket scientist to figure that out. So, use your common sense. And don't believe everything you hear. Research it out yourself. Don't take everything I say for truth either. Research it, come to your own conclusions. It's just, I'm sharing what my opinion is on the subject. And I believe that the best way to get your vitamin D3 is from the sun, food, and then supplementation. So with that, I will catch you guys later and be making more videos. Bye.